So the group of one's really a tremendous example of the practical power of unconditional love, isn't it? Because that's where it's all emerged from. And now you have hundreds of people around the world who are all helping each other.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's what I love about the group of one as well, and all the members. Most of the members of Group of One I've actually personally invited myself. I went through about 3 months where because I used to spend about 12, sometimes 18 hours on my laptop every day. And I think, because I live in the now, I just do what feels right for me in every given moment. And so I remember this one time it felt right to email every single person that ran a group to do with conversations with God. So I emailed everyone all over the world that ran their own CWG groups and just to let them know that UK was on it too, that there was something going on in the UK. I actually had, and I invited them to the that at that time was the meetup group, and I invited them to come and join the meetup group. And I had one person out of all of them, one person join the group, and he was down in Newton Abbot, who is now actually one of the co-founders of the Group of One. So we became very good friends from that. So for me, because of although I sent all those emails out and just one came back, for me, I was just ecstatic. It was just fantastic that, it was like, just put it all out there and just see what. I do things with no expectations as well. That's about living in the now. I just do it. I just do what feels right, because I've said it's because I'm going with my inner flow, because I do what feels right for me, always do what feels right for me now. I know I'm also doing what is right for someone else, yet 9 times out of 10, I don't know who that someone else is. I don't know who it is, but it doesn't matter to me, because I know whoever it is who I am. And because I love that person without condition, whoever it is, it doesn't matter, whoever it is in the world, it's like I feel a calling. It's like someone's calling, so I just give it, knowing that they will get it, whoever it is. I never know who it is, unless somebody comes back to me and lets me know. But most of the time, I don't get a response, but it doesn't matter.
So you've got 2 main sites for the Group of One now, haven't you? You have the original Ning site still, and the Facebook page.
Oh yes, the Facebook page is just it's Facebook page for our website. The Group of One Ning site is the main site, and then the Facebook page is for people that have joined the site and they want to link up on Facebook, just to keep in touch, whatever. So all people can join Facebook and then move on to the site itself. But the Facebook group is, because although we have 315 members, probably only about half of those are not on Facebook. So I post everything I do on Group of One so that all the members get to see it. There's only really a few members that use the Facebook group, really, in comparison. And we have a lot of people that join the Facebook group that aren't necessarily members of the Group of One. But again, that doesn't matter, because the Group of One, as I said, we are all one. So whether somebody has signed up to subscribe to the website, that doesn't really matter, because they're still a member of the Group of One anyway. That's the way I see it.
The Facebook page is very active, isn't it? I mean, for the number
yeah.
of people you're saying are on the page, it's very, very active.
It is, yeah. There's 180 of us on the group, on the Facebook page. Quite a few of those aren't members of the site, but again, as I said, that's fine. They either will join at a later time or they won't. That's, that's their choice.
What's the web address of the Group of One Ning site?
Oh, it's Group of One, that's number one. There's no www dot in front of it. It's just Group of One, I think, Group of One dash UK dot ning.com.
Group of One, numeral one, dash, is that a hyphen dash?
Hyphen dash.
UK.
UK dot ning.
Oh yes.
.com.
.com.
Yeah. I do have another address coming up for it soon. I've just bought group1.org, but I've yet to set it up. And we do have group1.co.uk as well. That's set up.
Very nice. And are you finding that there is a very, very good spirit amongst the people who are joining Group of One, that they all are giving people in the same way that you are?
There's everything at the right time. For anyone joining, I mean, or anybody who's looking at the site will probably think this site is incredibly inactive. Apart from Katy West posting all left, right and centre. There's quite a few members now starting to bring some input to the site, and that's fantastic. But again, everything happens at the right time for it to happen. And for me, I encourage everyone I know to go on what feels right for them in every given moment. So if it feels right to post something on the Group of One, then post it. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. When in doubt, don't. And each person follows their own flow. So there's no sort of, I'm not unhappy with the way it is. Everything's working according to the divine plan, as far as I can see.
So you can see people at different stages of their own awakening, spiritual development.
Well, it's interesting. A few people have said this to me, and I don't see it as, I find stages, levels, very difficult concept to grasp. It's, when I look back on with myself, because I came from silence and I came from unconditional love, so I knew I had this, I knew had this particular way of loving within. But because I didn't see it on the outside, from anybody else, my family aside, I didn't talk about it, I had that problem talking anyway, but I actually was too scared to talk about it, or a bit too scared to get too involved with people. You know, if they came up to me, brilliant, but I would never get involved with that. There was some sort of like a fear, I suppose. I had that fear of, because there was just something. So when I hear levels and stages, I believe it's not a question of different people at different levels of awareness. What I feel is every single person, I believe, knows all the answers. Yet not every single person expresses it outwardly. And so therefore, I feel that everybody's awake, yet not everybody is really taking responsibility and living it. That's how I see it. That makes sense.
Yes, it does make a lot of sense, and it's a very interesting perspective, I think, that I haven't really heard expressed before, but it does make a lot of sense. It does, yes.